Hello, welcome to Dragon Basket. Shoot, I have an idea for an intro. I haven't really worked on it, but it's basically like your amateur view on animation. And the reason why I think this is going to work for an opening is because I want to be informative about my videos, at least until I'm good enough to actually post longer animations that can stand on their own, especially at a watch point perspective. And I'm a student, I'm learning this, and if you're learning or you're interested in animation, I can walk you through the same process, the same questions and struggles that I have starting out with learning to animate. So welcome to Dragon Basket, your source for learning, your amateur source for learning animation. Today I have the next assignment. I have to reshoot the finished walkthrough and ball and tail, and I think I've already done the video for the finished, quote-unquote finished walk cycle. But I want to do those videos mostly because most of the work is done and I can just post quick stuff. But for this one, I have a few assignments left in the class. This puddle jump, which I'm way behind because it was already supposed to be finished on like the 1st of November and it's the 7th. And the main focus of the puddle jump is facial. I haven't even got to the facial. I'm still in the movement planning phase. I'm almost into the rough, and then I need to do the finished, and then I need to get the faces down, and this is going to take way too long. And I need to have already started the weightlifter, which is on model. So they give us a character sheet, and we need to draw on that character sheet, draw the character on model, and that's going to be difficult for me. So I'm a little worried that I haven't got that started yet. We have a quadruped, so like a squirrel or dog walk cycle. And the last thing is going to be 12 to 15 scans from my sketchbook. And all of this is kind of, this class is basically a build portfolio to get into the actual animation project, from what I understand. So I need to do as well as I can on these, because in April I have to turn in my portfolio. Hopefully I can keep coming back to these and fix them up. Hopefully I'll have time to do that. I'm trying to take 5 classes next semester, which I'm only taking 4 right now, but I'm thinking some of those classes are going to be less effort than my English and animation class this time, so I might have time to still revamp some of the animations from before. Let me go ahead and pull up the animation for today. So this is the puddle jump roughs I have. You can probably tell he's not very on model. I was trying to do a perspective, so he comes from over here and he gets bigger, and then he jumps and he gets even bigger over here. That was basically in reverse. He's basically medium size through here. Maybe he gets a little longer here for a second because of him squashing and then stretching. But then by the time he's here, he's really short. So he's not on model even for this and stuff. But yeah, pretty much I like how the movement is going. The part where this up until about here is fine, and then the squash is not exaggerated enough. It doesn't look real, it's just kind of a motion. But yeah, this is the longest animation I'm posting so far by a lot. 130 frames. So they are all on 2s, and that means there are 65 images in this. And I'm not even done. Over here, he's going to do a little look, and then he's going to squat down. So that's probably another 10 images. And then I need to, over here, slow this down, exaggerate the squash a little bit more, and give it a good thing, give it a good flow. And then over here, the plan is that he doesn't just end standing on the other side. He's going to do a little bit of a cheer. So that's probably another 5 to 10 images. And in total, probably 30, 35 more images I need to do for this plan. And so, since I'm really behind, there's 2 things I may need to do to try to keep up with the class. I may need to do this a strictly 2-dimensional, just side-to-side profile. Take out the perspective and just have him go to the lake, do his actions, and then no perspective. He's not growing or shrinking. I wanted to do the harder one, but that was a bad choice because I had some English assignments that were really terrible. I feel like they're not exactly helpful, and the teacher didn't explain them well. I did miss 1 or 2 classes where she might have explained it better, but the 3rd class, which I did attend, when she talked about it, it felt like that was the first time she was going over the useful information. I can't be certain since I missed the other classes, but I had my brother who used to read 40 books in a week or 2, who has had multiple college English classes from different professors. I had him come in and he was like, I don't know how to do this, bro, sorry. Which was devastating to me. I made it through in the end, but at the cost of of my animation, which is my major, so that really stings. Anyway, the other part is that I'm probably going to have him start at the puddle in his contemplation phase. So he's standing there looking down at it, he does a little bit turn, and then he squats and he does his failure jump. That's going to reduce the rough and finished I have to do by 10, 15, 20, I don't know, frames or images. I think calling them images is a little bit more clear because they could be held on 1s or 2s. The background image is actually all 130 frames, so it's on 130. It's on 130, I guess you might say. So it's more clear talking about how many images I have to draw if I call out the specific images. So to this point where he's contemplating, and he's a little further away than he needs to be. I probably need to do a new background where I make the puddle a little bigger and just have him start right up against the puddle, thinking. If I start him here at this contemplation phase, that's frame 22, so 11 images. Just a couple little time saves. Well, I think the perspective is going to be a big time save, because with the perspective, I can't do a lot of tracing. With the non-perspective, I can do a lot more tracing. And I'm kind of new to doing art, so I'm not great at it, and tracing has been the saving grace in this class so far. I don't like admitting that, but I'm happy to admit the truth, so it's the case. One of my classes next semester I'm in the waitlist for. It's an art class, basically a basic intro. And I think I might just take art classes every semester or every year, because I really want to get good at art. Even though I plan on going into the 3D animation, the 3D and game development side, so I'm going to be learning coding and learning how to do rigs. So I take a model, either a 2D or 3D model, and I just move the model. So I don't have to do a lot of drawing. I just have to create the initial model, which is the drawing. And then, and not even on a 2D, you're not just creating the model where it's facing forward. You're getting the sides so it can be rotated. So even though I plan on mostly animating with rigs eventually, I'm guessing, I do want a very strong foundation in drawing and illustration, because I also would like to do comic books, and it's kind of, I need to be able to jot down ideas for character designs, for outfits, so character designs and costume design or effects and stuff. And just being able to quickly jot down a drawing that's clear and communicative is better than spending 20 extra minutes just trying to get the basic idea down. Maybe it's not worth taking 4 or 5 classes, but I do like drawing these days. I used to not, which is why I suck at it now. Killing my degree, but now I like it. And I agree with my dad that everybody should take piano lessons, and I would also include art lessons, probably karate lessons when they're kids. Just some creative foundational things, so that in addition to the core studies, so that whatever field they choose, they have some foundation when they get to higher education. Anyway, rambling aside, I feel like this video has had less focus on the animation, even though it's the longest animation. There are just obvious problems with this. It's not on model. Some of the animation is odd because of the timing. The spacing's a little off, which also plays into the timing stuff. Anyway, I'm going to go try to edit the audio on this because my Media Essentials class taught me how to do that. Oh yeah, I was going to mention my bad hair. Whatever, I don't need to quip about everything. This is already 4 minutes too long. So goodbye, people. Oh yeah, insert outro. I don't have an idea for that. I'll probably just mimic the intro for a while.